I was raised in Mankato, Minnesota, a small town in southern Minnesota with 5 siblings. I felt so fortunate to be going to Creighton University. I transferred there in my sophomore year and just loved the environment, loved the school, loved the Jesuit traditions, loved so many friends there. And Creighton's so special in that it has an undergraduate school, but then it's very well known throughout the Midwest for the professional schools, the medical school being one of those. And that's where Ollie was a student. We actually met on a school trip to Vail, Colorado. It was a ski holiday and a ski trip, and we met briefly on the train on the way out there. But then as we were standing in line to go up on the ski lift, there's the singles line where you're walking together, and I went, oh my goodness, I might end up on the chairlift with him, which I did.
I remember getting in the singles line and seeing who was over there and trying to sneak ahead of the other people so I could get on the chairlift with this lovely co-ed.
And we got to know each other and then actually started to date when we got back to Omaha. The reason we came to Phoenix is that Ollie was offered a postgraduate training post at Good Samaritan Hospital, which is now Banner University.
My initial career in medicine was to be an emergency room physician. I worked at Good Sam's emergency room in Boswell and Sun City, and then Memorial Hospital in South Phoenix, which doesn't function anymore as a hospital, but it's where I had my first day of work. When we came to Phoenix to start our lives here, a part of starting my own medical practice and my own office, in addition to that, I right away started to be a volunteer at the St. Vincent de Paul Clinic. So that's been a very heartfelt effort of mine over many years to do that volunteer service as well as my regular medical practice. We also traveled together to East Africa to do volunteer work, and I also did volunteer work in the Dominican Republic. So it's a very fulfilling part and an important part of my life and what I've done, and Sharon's as well.
When we first came to Arizona, I thought I would be a journalist. That was my training. But we really needed to make some money. My first job was 6th grade teacher at St. Francis Xavier, which was so much fun to be in the classroom and so exciting. And then after that, I started to see opportunities for entrepreneurial growth in the real estate industry. We built our first medical office building in the West Valley. One thing led to another. So we have a large practice now as a company in healthcare and bioscience and medical education. I'm so proud of Plaza Companies. We've created something that I call the Fabergé egg. It's that spirit, it's that expertise, it's that ability to step in and work with so many different groups for a very successful outcome. We've done so many things in our lives here in Arizona, but probably the most important thing we've done is created a family who have these same ideals and the same goals, and so our legacy would be for them to carry that forward.
I want my legacy to be a healthier, safer, more prosperous, more loving community in Phoenix and in Arizona.
The Arizona Historymakers Award is an incredible recognition because it's not just a recognition of us as recipients, it's a recognition of the state of Arizona, our history, where we've come from, and it puts a path forward about where we can go. It's an incredible honor.
We're very much honored, and I couldn't be more honored than seeing my wonderful Sharon being honored for the remarkable things that she's done.